for another edition of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. Doris Burke will be reporting from the sidelines. A quick check now at the starting lineups for both teams. First for Cleveland, Kyrie Irving is out there with J.R. Smith. They've got Tristan Thompson, a very solid big man who will be making every effort to control the glass and make some big plays under the rim. Then it's LeBron James, and it's Love in at the 4 slot. And for Oklahoma City, Russell Westbrook out there with Roberson. And at the center position out of New Zealand and the University of Pittsburgh, 6'11" pivot, Steven Adams. What a tremendous talent, getting ready for his first NBA appearance. Then it's Paul George, and it's Patterson in at the 4 spot.
You know, it wasn't that the Thunder were beating teams last season. Everybody expected that, but it was the way they were blowing out teams on such a regular basis that caught everybody's attention.
Rejected by Westbrook. Out of bounds, Oklahoma City takes possession. And for the Thunder, they were blowing out teams on a regular basis, as you said, Clark, and ended plus 9.2 as the scoring differential in their games. Steve, easily the highest mark in the NBA.
Well, just think about that for a second, Kevin. I mean, that means your average game is almost a double-digit win. Not just wins, we're talking about all games. So that's the result of having an explosive offense, depth, and a tough defense. This was really a complete team, unfortunately derailed by the Westbrook injury.
Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And that's the play we're going to remember when this game is all said and done.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. I spoke with the Cavaliers head coach for just a bit. He told me one of the more troubling tasks his team must do is to figure out how to slow down Russell Westbrook. He said that between his explosiveness and ability to change direction, they'll have to have all 5 guys keeping an eye on Westbrook whenever he's on the perimeter.
And thank you, Doris. Patterson with it. He's picked up by LeBron. And Roberson kicks to George. There's the triple. Another shot. Adams, the pass to Roberson. George dishes to Patterson. Boom, he jams it straight down. There it is, guys, that Olay defense. Just watching him go Clark right by.
I think we might be seeing which team is ready to take control of this game.
Yeah, that's a dunk that could absolutely get them going. I agree, Clark.
Here's Thompson. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Here's Westbrook. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Patterson can't get it to go.
Tried to get a little too fancy with that one.
Unless the alley-oop is going to be uncontested on both ends of the play, you're better off avoiding it.
Now here's Smith.
Look at that athletic play. Incredible.
Wow.
The defense just couldn't recover in time.
Yeah, the D pretty much went brain neutral on that one, Clark. Wouldn't you?
Yes, sir. I like that phrase.
Yeah, I don't use that phrase very often, but to me, that's what happened. He shifted the brain to neutral.
Yes, he did.
That was embarrassing.
Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession. There's 18 seconds left to play in the first. Now here's LeBron. He's guarded closely. Irving kicks the front. He's against Cantor. The fader. He got it up. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Oh, what a 3 at the horn. They end the quarter on a high note. What?
1 quarter in the book.
Well, one of the struggles for a young team is figuring out how to win on the road. And winning on the road is not just execution, it's preparation and mindset. And young teams struggle to put that together, and the Cavs were certainly a team that struggled with that.
The Cavaliers leading by 3. Outside Irving. Dishes it to Shumpert. Passes it to Jefferson. And another 3 for Cleveland. For the Cavaliers, being young was a big problem, and not having much luck with injuries was another. But, Steve, it can be tough to score points when you're on the road, and they struggle with that in a big way.
Well, they would end up in the bottom 5 in scoring last year while on the road. I mean, that did them no favors. And defense, I mean, that was another issue. They couldn't stop anybody. So you combine bad offense, bad defense, going on the road, you're in some trouble.
Paul George, he's checked in for the Thunder. Westbrook comes in for Raymond Felton. And here we go. Shumpert running it up the court. Gets it to go.
Getting better and better. Got that field goal percentage up in the 60s now.
Now, they've dialed it in here in the second quarter. They are on fire.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
I think Westbrook may be the most explosive player in the game right now. I mean, you got Wade, Kobe, Derrick Rose, but I think Russell Westbrook, with his speed and quickness, is probably the guy right now.
The first free throw is good. And Westbrook, really a freak athlete. Clark, a terrific dunker.
Yeah, he's a guy you would just love to see in the dunk contest, Kevin. But he says he's more of a game dunker and might not shine in the exhibition type format. And I can understand that. The dunks that Russell does in games are so vicious and so posterizing that it's hard to create that same type of tenacity and energy in a contest. So I think there are some guys that are more geared towards dunking in games than winning dunk contests.
Oh, what a throw down there.
Man, tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
And why not? I mean, the more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession.
You know, the Cavs didn't have the year they were hoping for, but they did make some strides in some areas. They accumulated some good young talent, but they also did a good job on the court of taking care of the ball in games.
Kyle Korver, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. Calderon comes in for Kyrie Irving. Korver, good.
Well, Kyle Korver is going to do one thing better than just about anybody in the league, and that's shoot the three-point ball. And he's got unlimited range, beautiful stroke, and you have to respect his range as a defense.
He just makes it look so easy, too, when he shoots. He'll be almost statuesque, but each and every time he fires from deep, he hits it. LeBron, he's checked in for Iman Shumpert. And here we go. George heading to the hoop. And he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
Yeah, it feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
To the paint, number 40. Excellent D there from George. Clark, as you said, for the Cavaliers, they were among the top teams in the NBA when it came to keeping their turnovers low. It wasn't just due to pace, as their turnovers per possession, Steve, were 5th in the NBA.
Yeah, I think a lot of that was Kyrie Irving. When you have a dominant point guard who's dynamic and can run the offense and keep the flow going, it's a lot easier to just take care of the ball and be somewhat efficient offensively.
LeBron drives in, and a dunk to finish it off. A beauty. Putting on a show for these people.
I cannot believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Are you kidding me?
Oh, man. Might as well flaunt it if you've got it, Clark.
George against Calderon. Westbrook passes to George. And Ennis Kanter picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Not much doubt about that over the back call.
Yeah, he was all over his back that time. Looked like he was going for a piggyback ride.
They get a hand on it. Calderon kicks to Smith. Left side, Love. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Love's got his first basket of the night.
Here it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, getting the ball into the post should be their first option every time down. Force the defense to adapt and adjust.
Forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend. Take it to the hoop.
And how, Clark? Brilliant throwdown.
Yeah, just exerting his authority out there.
For Oklahoma City, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. Free throw good, Westbrook. That'll do it for the first half. Cavaliers lead by 10. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a...
Now, presented by Sprint.
It's Hump Day, and this is 2K Sports at the half. Glad you're along for the ride. The Cavaliers have been tearing it up. A dominating performance offensively. They're getting everything they want. The leading scorer, LeBron James. Iman Shumpert has also been getting it going for them. And still in this, the Thunder hanging around. And give them credit defensively, they're boxing out, controlling their defensive backboards. Leading the team in scoring, Russell Westbrook. Also into the mix, Paul George. Now let's head back out to the start of the second half. Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, take it away.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And now the third quarter about to get going.
Well, you could see it at the start of the season that Oklahoma City was being driven by falling short in the 2012 finals. Their focus was on being the best team in the West, and they jumped on that goal